Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's currently in my 2B, and and I think he's just about to uh, um, get started on some of the challenging quests. So and he's probably enrolled in a whole lot of other courses too. So I don't know how much he'll be able to do, but we'll record it anyway. So
Sounds good to me.
all right. So let's see. Yeah, yeah. AWS. I'll show you. I'll show you how to do. Just put it. We'll put it on a. In fact, you don't even need to. Here's your app. Really is even better. Am I muted by any chance? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're going for it.
Sorry. Okay.
5 minutes.
All right. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Okay. So in fact, yeah, even for other tasks where you actually need to spend cycles in the background, because I'm thinking back to the days when well, first of all, right, so when you had a server of your own back in the day, right, I'm thinking about 2005 or 2006, okay, around that time. So when you had a service that you want to run, and which was a heavy duty service running C++ code in the background, right? And it was offered as a server, and you had to run your own web server and all. So, I mean, you get a static IP from Comcast under a business account, which I think, already was like $250 per month out of your pocket, right? And you're paying for gigabytes, gigabits per second that you most probably don't even use when you're just starting booting off, right? And the thing is, there were no, there's nowhere. Yeah, if you wanted a public-facing machine, you had no other option. So I had to go to Fry's and build my own computers, using cheapest motherboards, cheapest the CPU chips that were, they have sales, right, every now and then. So
Yeah.
cheapest chip, using AMD here and all kinds of crazy things. And then, all your crazy ass cables running out of your bedroom, with connecting to these machines. And it was a real mess, and having to vacuum all the dust bunnies out of there. What a pain. And then Amazon came out with this AWS, which was a total blessing, because it said, you don't have to do any of that anymore. So we'll just commoditize that. And we'll give you the exact same thing that you're doing. We'll let our robotic cleaners take care of, and we'll house them like a billion to a warehouse. And then we'll just give you one of those anonymous machines.
Nice.
Yeah, and then they're able to commoditize it because it's an anonymous machine. And if something goes wrong, they just throw it away, get a new one, or replace parts, and it's all part of this enormous infrastructure. So you are able to rent a machine, one machine at a time. And I remember back at that time that I paid for something called a reserved instance, which means you pay for 3 years ahead of time and get a better rate per month.
Okay.
But you still had this machine that was sitting in the cloud and doing nothing, basically twiddling its thumbs, right? So you had a machine and nothing really happening on it, but you were still paying for it. And so, so the most you can do is, try all kinds of weird experiments, trying to, juice it up a bit. Run the CPU, but I don't know if it was really worth it, and it gets boring after a while, because also it's tedious trying to make sure there's what was on the disk at this time, and did I develop code on it, and all kinds of nonsense. But anyway, so that changed, I think, a few years ago, and I think it was this. I think the revolution happened, I think, the year before Foothill started teaching cloud. Because I remember this because this was back in 2019 when Teresa was spearheading the cloud movement, I think. Teresa Two-Way, one of the admin people. They were spearheading the cloud movement at Foothill and wanting Foothill to be one of the foremost colleges in offering a cloud curriculum. so we went on a workshop, say they sent us on a training trip to get certified in cloud or something like that. So I remember we went to Southern California, and everybody was talking about lambdas and how lambdas are saving the world. And that's when I first came to know, I think, although I suspected before, that Amazon was basically just selling compute cycles rather than machines now. And instead of having to buy an entire machine for a month, I can just buy, 23 million compute cycles. Because of that, I know exactly that's how many machine cycles I would use, or something like that. It's incredible, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
but so the thing is, what I was trying to say, really, so it's a very long and long-winded way of saying the same thing, is that Linda, with what you're trying to do, you can get away with even better than that, because you don't have to pay for an entire machine for a month. You don't even have to pay for a CPU that runs every time someone hits your web page, because the way that you've architected your system, all the computation happens in JavaScript, right? I don't believe you have any computation that happens on the server side in PHP or Python. Have you written any Python, PHP, or CGI level code that runs other than the web server?
No,
Right? So which means that you don't need a server at all. What you can do is basically just have a bucket. A bucket, which is the cheapest form of commodity that you can buy from Amazon, right? Other than data transmission. Just buy, 100 megabytes of data or something like that. Yeah, in fact, you don't even pay for 100 megabytes. I think you pay for, I don't know, just Google for Amazon S3 costs, right? And so, just get a bucket and you pay for, I think, I don't know. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised with, if after you host your project there, even with, all the media files that Kristy and Elizabeth come up with, and you stick them all together and create this massive cool game. And let's say that cool game, website with the media files together is, I don't know, 2 gigabytes, right? 2 gigabytes. In fact, the logic would be less than 100K. The rest of it is basically, movie and all kinds of weird media files, which also, you could have some kind of distribution. They're not all going to be accessed, right? Some will be accessed more frequently than others. And you just use some kind of Huffman coding to make sure, right? So, and in fact, I would be surprised. So 2 gigabytes, I think you pay something like 50 cents a month, or something less, less than 50 cents a month. And this is my issue really with Amazon so far, is that really, with money like 50 cents a month and, small costs like this, I think you'll find this too, is that it's better, you would prefer it really if you are just to pay up front, like, yeah, here's $100, man. Don't call me again for another, 5,000 years or whatever it is, right? Don't call me, because having them remind you to pay small amounts every now and often, and there's no way, I believe, right now of paying in advance. So honestly, think about it, right? So, most of us, we'd say, I just pay for 14 quadrillion CPU cycles. Whether I'm going to use it or not, it's just pay for it because I can afford it. Right, most of us can afford it, right? So pay it and have it there. That might be the best way that might be the currency of the future, right? The ability to simulate whatever you want, the CPU cycles. I don't know, but anyway, well, where am I going with all this? So yeah, I can show you all that anytime. Take a break in the middle of demos. How about this? We can look at Kristy or Linda. Do a demo, and I'll full screen this thing and take a look, and then I can do an AWS demo for not demo. I'll just walk you through taking that project which we just saw, whether it's Kristy or Linda, doesn't matter, right? Take that and then create an S3 bucket. Put it in your own S3 bucket, which means that you have an Amazon account, right? And in fact, to save us the hassle, what would be nice is that if you open a browser, log into aws.amazon.com using your login credentials. That's it, right? And then have it open. Just have it open. I think all it needs is your credit card, right? It doesn't charge your credit card, I think, because most of the things that you do will be in the free tier anyway, right? But I think it needs that Amazon thing. to be associated with your account. So if you get into that, I can show you how you can take a project and stick it in that bucket. And I can also show you how to get a domain name for 99 cents, right? So I think go to Route 53, get a domain name for 99 cents, and we'll be able to attach a CloudFront distribution.
Is that a cloud name that you choose, or is it just something
yeah,
that
you
generate?
Yeah, you can just go to route53.com. Oh, GoDaddy. I never buy things with GoDaddy anymore. Just buy with Route 53, which is an Amazon. It's part of the Amazon services. Or if you're with Google, stay within the Google universe, right? Whatever universe you choose, it's most convenient if you stay within the same universe, right? So because I'm doing these things in Amazon, I'm trying to stay. So Route 53 is the Amazon equivalent. And I think if you just go, they may even have a sale. Look for the cheapest domain names. You don't have to search for any one in particular. Just look for the cheapest ones, right? You'll find lots of domains for 99 cents, right? And then take a pick, right? Rather than engineer one and then search and look for something that matches, just take a pick from the top 5,000 ones that are 99 cents, right? Just make sure that when you buy it, you uncheck the box. This is automatically renew, because I think the second time renewal may not be at 99 cents. I don't know, right? So, but you can buy it for a whole year. And during that year, you can use it. And let's say that's x.info, right? Or x.tv, right? X.tv. I don't know, x.tv might be very expensive, right? So maybe it's some 123.tv or something like that, okay? So, and you got that. Yeah, I can show you how you can take a game and put it there. So someone who just goes to 123.com, 123.tv, in HTTPS, right? Not just random HTTP, right? HTTPS secure through a CloudFront distribution, which is like edge, serving on the edge, really. Everything cached, all the cheapest pathways chosen for you automatically. All of that happens, and you can get all of that. And the only thing you pay for, other than the measly, 50 cents for the storage, the disk, the hard disk in the cloud, the only thing you pay for is the outgoing data cost, right? And that's really, again, pennies on the gigabyte. So yeah, it'll be fun. More than the cost, more than what you pay, which you won't pay really, because most of it will be in, I think, what is called the free tier. I don't know if they run it anymore. But even if you pay, right, you'll get I think I got, the first time I used it, it's more exciting. It's as a learning experience and a way to make mistakes and see how your mistakes flare up. As long as you set a budget and make sure you don't, don't do crazy ass things, right? It's a fun experience, especially if you're planning to be a web developer, right? As if you're planning to be a web developer, it'll be a fantastic opportunity, right? Even if you develop a lot of media files and you want a good place to host all your media files, right? So that may be a great place. So you can just host all of it on S3 bucket, and also you host your index.html on this in the same S3 bucket, right? So so everything taken care of. So yeah, I can show you how to do all of that. So between the two of you, I believe either each of you have a version of the app to show, right? Yeah, so decide who wants to go first, and then take the screen, and then I'll just full screen this thing, and become audience, right? Become audience for the duration of your show.
Yeah, Linda, totally up to you who you want to go first. I can go either way.
Yeah, I don't have a preference. If you want to go first, that's fine.
Okay, I'll go first then. Do I just click share my screen and then it should go? I assume.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
okay.
You take the screen, and I will full screen this thing.
Okay, and just desktop share. Okay, my security preferences are blocking me right now, so it might take me a second to fix it. If Linda, if you want to go.
Take your time.
Okay.
I'm not in a hurry.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Oh, it says I have to quit for me to change my preferences, so I think I have to leave and then come back.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sorry guys. Okay, I will be leaving in one quick second. Bye.
Hey, Anand.
Hmm? Yeah.
So
Linda?
you have like a few different quests that have like the visualization of like the nodes for graphs.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah, D3.
underlying?
I just use D3. So you could
Oh,
just,
okay.
yeah, you can do views. You can do view source on the quest page. You'll see. Oh, yeah. So there's two places you have to do view source on. So the place where you enter the password, where it says enter your quest name, if you do a view source there, I don't think you'll see D3 included because I don't need D3 there. So, but once you enter the password and get to the place where you drag and drop your files. Hey, Linda, are you there?
Yeah. Yes, I am. Sorry.
Yeah. Kristy has entered the waiting room. I thought she was.
Yeah, she left and came back.
Oh, yeah.
She needs to
She
fix
had to
some
leave and
security
then.
thing.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, sorry, Kristy. I forgot. I was just. In fact, I was talking to Linda. I completely forgot.
I
Sorry.
don't think Kristy can hear you yet.
No.
Oh,
no,
like
it says they're
audio's probably
connecting.
connecting.
Okay. Well, anyway, she'll hear it when she listens to the recording. Anyway.
Oh, she just disappeared again. Huh.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
Kristy.
Kristy's gone. Anyway, she'll hopefully listen to the recording. What was I saying? Yeah. So yeah, go if you do a view source at the place where you have to drag and drop your source files. There you'd be able to see the d3.js included. I don't know if I'm including my own static copy of d3.js or whether I'm pulling it from. Yeah, maybe it's. I hope it's a static, frozen version of not an ever-changing latest version. I'll have to take a look at some point. So where's Kristy's disappeared completely now?
Oh, I assume she's probably just gonna pop up in the waiting room again in like a moment.
Before she left, I saw like the little connection bars went red, so it might be her internet.
Oh, I see. Bummer.
Just taking a guess.
She
I don't know.
does want to. Yeah, I think she does want to both. See yours as well as demo. So let's wait.
Is she in the waiting room or?
Hmm?
Is she in the waiting room or no?
Let me take a look. So yeah, Zoom disappeared. Hang on. I only have the cameras now. There it is. There's Zoom. No, 3 participants. No, she's not in the waiting room as far as I can tell. Where do I even see something like? It doesn't. I don't have a place called waiting room. Is there a place I should look for in particular?
Participants, maybe?
Yeah, participants. There's 3. There's me and Elizabeth and Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they give you a prompt or something when someone shows up. I feel like it's supposed to do that, but
Yeah. So if you guys have some way of, oh, there she is. Yeah, admit. Great. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the waiting room comes up at the top, but if there's no one in the waiting room, it doesn't even show that there is a waiting room.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was funny.
All right.
Great.
Right.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome back.
Welcome
Sorry
back.
about that. Oh my goodness.
But you'll find all the bits that you missed in the recording too. So yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Should I still try to share my screen?
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
Go, share screen. All right, is it working?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
All right, awesome. Okay, so I think in the emails I sent 2 links. One was like the first one that I did, and then just to kind of keep track of the improvements that I made a second one. So yeah, this is the second one.
Move the wait one sec. Wait, I need to move the participants. Oh, actually, I can just exit out of here. All right, great. Yeah, now I got more visibility. Yes, thank you.
All right, awesome. So everyone can see this.
Yep.
So basically, one of the things I am a little worried about is like you have to click the play button so that it'll load random values into each player. I kind of want to put a safeguard in there in case someone messes that up, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. So you click play, and then it gives each player a random value. You can have them battle if you drag it, and it tells you who won, and then it will update the rankings, and then give you a match history. And I also made sure that even if they weren't neighbors, they could still battle each other.
Oh, yeah. That was I remember that email. In fact, there was an email where you said you changed that. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if this logic is the way to do it, but basically, like, let's say if player 1 is also ranked ranked first, if they played player number 5 and they beat player number 5, then neither one would change.
Yes,
I
that's
think
correct.
makes sense, right?
But,
Okay.
so yeah, that's what I was thinking because in fact, I think you or Linda or both of you maybe raised this issue of how the scoring would work, and intuitively this is what seems like it for me, and so maybe some form of this could form the basis of your own scoring technique. So I'm thinking that let's say when I decide to play the game, I'm given 100 gold coins, and then but every match I play costs me 10 gold coins. But if I win, no, every match I play costs me 10 gold coins. And but I can return with how many ever gold coins I have left at the time I ordered them all right. So if I take more than 10 tries but basically I'm going to say I want to run a match. Here's 10 coins. So it's a cost. So so intuitively I'm thinking that each match is a liability for me. So if the random ranking is already the right one for me, and I have to play 0 matches and I win it, it just means that I just got lucky. I can take all 100 of the gold coins. So that's what I was thinking, that essentially the matches themselves would be a cost for me, so the more matches I have to play in order to discover the 2 rankings, the higher my cost.
Okay. Would it make any sense to have like a different cost depending on whether like who wins, if like the rankings actually change, or if they stay the same, then like it takes more coins or should it just be
that if 1 and 5 fight and then there is no change at all, so it was a wasted match?
Yeah.
So I see you're saying that should wasted matches cost less than matches in which you got some useful information, like there was a flip?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if that would.
Things. I mean, all of that is, maybe that's what adds flavor to, Kristy's flavor of the game.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus Linda's flavor. You can have different layers of scoring. In fact, even, you can basically say this way of scoring is a variation of the game. That it's a skin you can apply and play the game using that technique, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can have all these. I think the important thing is just getting the logic right, and the right way to do that is just by using rough HTML placeholders like empty divs and so on, not even graphics, right? Like we've done, right? You've done just now, and then once the logic is right, then you can start thinking about embellishing it by turning on the bells and whistles, graphics and sound and everything.
Okay.
Oh, I had another question about the scoring. So, like, based on the random ordering, it's possible that maybe you only have to switch or have like one battle. And
And then you lucked out. Then
Okay.
you lucked out. Like in real life, right? Everybody starts the same. Everybody starts the same, but some people don't have to fight
It's
the
your
hard
fault
battles.
you're unlucky. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you can be lucky. You don't have to fight the hard battles.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So that's some good.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun, right? Because that also, just like chess, there is a great deal of predictability here because it's sorting, right? Because we can mathematically calculate what the optimal sequence of swaps or pairings or comparisons should be, like Q-sort. But at the same time, chance is brought into play in a very subtle way, just like cards, right? Like bridge or something. Chance is brought into play in a very subtle way because the initial, it's the cards that you're dealt with, right? The cards that you dealt with could be different, right? So some people could have cards that are perfect, on like born with a silver spoon, right? And die with a silver spoon. And some people could have like, bad cards. And then the random ordering basically gives that. And then it's all up to the players, right? And maybe some players like Quicksort or who have Quicksort running in their heads would be able to, hey, Kristy disappeared again, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She might be having internet issues then.
I think
I'm thinking so.
Oh, then I have to go to that other screen because.
Yeah, wait for her to come back in the waiting room. Oh, she's back already.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Hello.
Oh, how come
I'm sorry.
So you disappeared and then you came back without having to go through the waiting room thing.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi just cut out because all of a sudden everything froze and then Zoom exited me out of the video recording.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway.
Sorry about that.
So, yes, that's great. Well, at least we didn't have to do anything, right? So I think I just went out of full screen mode and then I can go back. So I don't know what I was saying, but I think it's really cool. Once the logic and everything is in place, I think it'll be fun because then you could also you could learn sorting in a very subtle way by playing a game in which chance also plays a very important part. The cards that you're actually dealt with, and those are your 10 players. So I think you have 10-player tournaments where people will say, I've got the best score of all the 10-player tournaments. And then you have the newbies playing around in the 3- and 4-player tournaments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they could say, among the 4-player tournaments, I got the best score of all because, I was able to come out with, after 10 matches, that's my loot, and things like that. Yeah, I can show you how to persist all that, stick it in a database if you want at some point. And all those things we'll cross the bridge when we come to it. But, getting the logic right, and that's the fun part anyway, right? So initially, and also decorating it is also a fun part with all the media and audio visuals. But getting the logic right will be cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
I also have a question in terms of the amount of players.
Mm-hmm.
Should we keep it at 5, like no matter what, they're sorting 5 players?
No, that's what I said. I mean, there could be a tournament among all the youngsters on the web, like all the 5th graders or something like at some school, right? And they might say our tournament is to try and win this with 5 players or 6 players, right? So everybody competes. Everybody competes on even ground, which means everybody does the 6-player thing. Because once you go to 7 players, it's you got to be a lot more clever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I think you'll have tournaments organized at each level. I mean, so you could have, if you go to a school and say, here's a tournament. Let's try and get the best score of all the 5-player things.
Mhm.
So I think that can
Okay.
be selectable. That can be selectable. So yeah, don't hard code 5. So I think that should be a variable in JavaScript. Var num players and
Okay.
5, and then can you share your screen again and put that up, and then we'll just go through the experience. Yeah, the playing experience one more time. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink some water.
There it is.
Yeah, so start the game. I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Should I play? Okay. So the values are all loaded in. I'll just mess around. Okay. How do you guys feel about having the match history? I personally think it's really helpful, but it would also make the game a little bit more challenging if you don't tell them.
If it's not, hang on.
It records the match history, but it doesn't tell you who
Okay.
won.
All right.
Yeah, I should probably bold it or something.
Match history. Yeah, but it's you're right though. But it's not a, if it's not critical, so if it's not core to the game, you don't have to. What I'm thinking of is that match history could be an embellishment that you add at a later stage. Something.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, I was telling someone else who was doing an app, a web app, just like this, a young programmer, incredibly bright young programmer, I think, just like you guys. I think there's a great deal of temptation to load the landing page, as it were, right? The first page that users get to with as many features, as many cool features as we can come up with, right? Because we want to showcase everything, because every one of these things that we find is a really cool thing. But actually it works against the product because it'll just end up distracting users from the core value. So I think,
Gotcha.
I think what would be nice is that, and also it's a practically useful, that if you have a basket of jewels, not to lay them all out on the first day, but actually to have it. And then, because if you lay them all out on the first day, they all lose their value too instantaneously. Bam, finished, right? So on the other hand, just hold on to it and then hand out one at a time. And I think it also keeps up the feeling that there are people behind this project, and it's a live project. Things are happening. It's not like all done. It's not a one-hit wonder, like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think so. That's a great thing. Just hang on to that. Just keep the code. But I think that should be a bell or whistle you tack on to one of your releases, not on day one. But it's absolutely fantastic. The most important thing is really the ability. After this meeting, I'll just send an email out. But I think these are the core abilities. The ability to be. I'm just playing it out in my head, and essentially this what you have here. The ability to be able to start the game with a select number of players, right? Whether it's 1, 2, 3, or up to 10. I don't know, maybe even 15. I don't know, who knows, right? 15. So some button or something, some control that says when you start, or maybe even just getting to the page. But you have to select the number of players, right? So yeah, the ability to start the game, which will basically give us all the 15 icons. And then immediately we get given a purse, let's say a purse or a wallet or something like that, of something the equivalent of 100 coins, right? And change all this, by the way, right? 100 coins. And then our task becomes discover the right ordering of these players, right? They're discover the peck order. Is this called a peck order? I don't know. The peck order of those 7 players, right? Like that. And then the way we do that is by clicking one, and as soon as we click one, that person occupies that, the first green box that Kristy's got there, right? And if we click that person again, that person would disappear from there. Yeah, I don't know, you can fiddle with the controls. Basically, we want a way in which we can, click select 2 players, right? And as soon as the 2 boxes are populated, I can, click and unclick and so on and so forth, right? So use Boolean flags. So as soon as the 2 boxes are populated, the battle button becomes activated, right? Until then, it's not activated.
Oh yeah.
Right? So, and then when I hit the battle button, then you can have your graphics and so on and so forth. But again, that's all not there at this, just the logic, right? So at that time, all you need is, the internal ordering, and these 2. So if the, 1 and 2 are in the right order or not. If not, you just swap them and put them back. But the order in which the 2 icons move there, or the change that happens, you don't have to even animate these things. It doesn't matter. Have a console log or some message that says some change happened. Enough for you to the wiring, right? Check the wiring. So so they go back, right? And then if the target ordering has not been found, which means that even after the swap, it's not the right ordering. Then you may go back and say, no, well, an equivalent message to, no, the target ordering hasn't been found, try again, which means I have to pay, fork out another 10 of my gold coins, right? Another match and 2 more people, right? And maybe I can do that 10 times and I run out of money and I say, you can't win this game. And this was the ordering, right? And maybe you expose it at that time. But I wouldn't, no money at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, or you could say, you start with 1,000 coins, and which means pretty much 100 guesses. For most people, they can waste a lot of guesses and still get. So that's all. Those are things that you can experiment with and find out. And then let's say, right? So when the ordering has been discovered, anytime after a swap, right? Anytime after a swap, if the ordering is now matches the target ordering, then that player, meaning the tournament manager or whoever the person is, right, can be deemed to have done his or her job. So if they are like 3 matches down and they've discovered the magic ordering, they spent 10 gold coins, but they started with I don't know 100, so they get to go home with 70, right? So 70 becomes their winning. So you could end up with 0, which means that you tried very hard and didn't win at all. Or you could win all the way up to 100 gold coins, depending on a combination of luck and prudence.
Awesome. I do think I have like if you do a battle and then the ranking is correct, it does pop up and say like, oh, congrats, you won. So I was able to get that functionality in there.
Oh, great. Okay. So it does come back. So it gives you an alert right now, does it? Right.
Yeah, I just revealed the actual ranking, so I could cheat right now and then make sure I do the right fights. And if you want to see it, I can just quickly do a couple battles.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I want player 1 on top.
Oh, so you're actually doing the drag and drop. Yeah, the hard part. In fact, yeah, this would work even if there were faces, images there instead of these rectangles. Even if you had images, your drag and drop would work, right? Because you've actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking you would, the simpler thing would be to click, but yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize.
Okay. Wait, so they're both okay?
Yeah, fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought this is really hard. Yes, yeah, getting this to go is a pain, and you did that. Yeah, incredible. All right, so it's 4 playing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you do it again? It was really too fast for me. Hang on. Wait a sec. Okay, so you're dragging player 1. Okay, now grab player 3 and put him in the second spot. Okay, so 1 and 3 are going to battle. Hang on. So when you hit battle, 1 and 3 are going to battle, and assuming that 3 is the stronger one, they should go back swapped. Yes?
Yes, and I think I found a little bug in my code because they're equal. Just the random number made the player 1. So now they won't switch. So I can't actually. Why they're equal?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think when I put random, I didn't check to make sure that that number
You're
wasn't already
actually giving
assigned to
them
another
random
player.
numbers? So you're giving them random numbers. Is it numeric positions?
Yes.
Like the
Oh, that's
bottom
what
left
that's
corner with the number in parentheses.
Where is the number in parentheses?
It says
ranking?
real rankings.
Oh, I see. So I think, yeah, I'm a bit lost on what the real ranking actually means then. So player 129, what does player 129 actually mean?
So, the parentheses 29 is just the random number that was generated for the player.
Oh, and then you're sorting them. Oh, I see what you mean. All right, okay. Yeah, okay. Kristy, yeah, okay. I think I've understood completely. And then you may have to correct me if I'm wrong. So I think what you're doing is that given 5 players, you're just assigning them random skill levels.
Yes,
0 and 100.
exactly.
Yeah, so, and then you're ranking them by skill level.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah. All right. So that is one way to do that. But obviously, we run into the problem that you actually ran up against, which is, you have to have all kinds of crazy things to make sure that 2 people don't have the same skill level and all kinds of nonsense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think an easier thing to do is to just forget about skill levels, because we're not. So this game, if you think about it, is only concerned with sorting, which means it is the ordering, not the magnitude of the distance between two candidates that really matters to us, right? It's just the ordering that matters. So
Mm-hmm.
we are interested in equal, ascending, or descending, right? We're not interested in ascending by that much or ascending by this much, right? Whether they're over by 1 or 10, it's the same to us.
Okay.
Therefore, I think that we can abstract away one of the things you're doing, which is to assign actual numbers, and basically say, I generate a vector of 10 players, right? Player 1 to player 9, player 1 to player 10. Those are names, right? Player 1 to player 10. And then if they're on a vector, I could just use the random shuffle method. I think it's vector : random shuffle. I don't know. So I think we've used it in class, right? So random shuffle method. It's JavaScript. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. In JavaScript, there's a shuffle method. Just Google for it, right? So you just have to shuffle the vector. So once you shuffle the vector, that shuffled ordering gives you the peck order. You don't care what the actual numbers are, but it gives you the peck order.
Oh, okay.
Right? So then I think you will find that your programming is greatly simplified, because you don't have to check for exact numbers anymore.
Okay.
And all you need to do is just make sure the ordering is the same. So you have the array of ranked numbers, array of ranked players. That's your oracle. That's your golden array, right? So that's your golden array. Every time and this is the array of players in some random order. And the game, after each tournament, after each match, you're gonna there's some two players from here. Can you see my fingers? Can you see my fingers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why is it all so dim right now? Yeah. Maybe I should just do the brightness thing. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's better, right? That's better. Maybe. Yeah. All right. So. All right. So what was I saying? I was saying something with fingers.
The vector, the golden vector.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the golden vector, and so every time after some match happens, 2 of these fingers are going to change positions or not, right? So some change potentially happens to the player vector, right? So let's say my right hand here is my player vector, right? So some change may happen here, meaning the 2 may interchange or not, right? So after every change, you're going to compare this array to that array. If the 2 arrays are equal, the game has been won, meaning that that's it. The correct ordering has been discovered, right? If not, then you go back and say, oh, you're going to try one more time, right? Switch. At some point, some ordering here will result in the exact same ordering. So I think that way you don't have to mess around with, comparing individuals, and I think it'll make your code very messy. Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just to confirm, so the random shuffle will give us our golden array, right?
Yeah, the random shuffle will give you, give you the golden array. And again, right? Any of this that you don't understand, you know, we always clarify by email and maybe another Zoom session, email. There's 100 million ways. So there's nobody has to remember any of this. And besides, it's being recorded too on YouTube. So we don't have to remember, you know, golden array. These are just terminologies that we're using right now. All we're saying is that we just want to generate a random ordering. And then, and then have the player, and then we'll, you know, clarify all these as and when we play with this, and you know, and develop more, we'll get more ideas. But it's really fantastic. Now ranking. So 3, 1, 4, 5, 2. The blue box on the left. So when you hit battle, so hit battle, hit battle, hit battle.
So,
oh wait. So player 3 triumphed, which means that 3 needs to go to the left and 1 needs to go to the right, right?
yes,
Okay.
and
So
that's
hit OK.
it's not. I don't know why it's not moving. I think it's because somewhere my logic is getting confused with the 229s.
So how about here? So on the left in the green box, you got player 3 right in the first position.
Yes.
What is that? So it's 3, 1, 4 pi. 3, 1, 4, 5, 2.
I probably could have just made them player, but I guess just to show that there were 5 players.
Oh, I see. Okay, but you know, again, that is useful information, but not part of the core logic. Yes.
Okay. Can I actually refresh my page? Because I think if I refresh it, I'll get lucky, and then there won't be the same number, and then so I can at least show you the functionality that I was going for.
Go for it. So
okay.
Those 2 are not there.
Play. Let's see. I'll cheat right now and check. Okay, yeah. So none of them are the same number, so it should work as desired. Let's see. I'll get these guys to fight. And then I need 5 and 3 to fight. Okay, so yeah, that's what happens when you get the right rankings.
Okay, and then like the actual order is reflected in the blue box that says ranking.
Yes.
So 2 battles. I see. Got it. Okay.
And then if I just click OK, I believe it should update it. Yeah. And so technically now you won.
I see. Okay. All right. All right. So what we'll do is host either this or Linda's code into the S3 bucket, and I'll play with this a bit more. Okay. So I'll play with this a bit more. And it looks like you have all the pieces necessary right now to start, you know, go on to the next stage, basically, to flesh out the logic a lot more.
Okay.
And I think we can do that. Let's take a look at Linda's demo also, and then get back to this. Yeah,
Awesome.
Is that okay? But that's you know, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing this, and we'll obviously get back to this. Okay. So
good.
let me know if Linda or Kristy, or Linda maybe, you know, or Kristy, take your code, and if you want to create an Amazon or log into your Amazon AWS account, I will show you how to put it in an S3 bucket, and we'll drive it from there. We'll actually get, we'll put it in an S3 bucket and then have the web app by clicking there, not in your local copy. And we can do that.
Sounds good.
So let me know as soon as you log into AWS.
Thanks for sharing that, Kristy.
Oh, Elizabeth, what did you just say? I didn't.
Oh, I was telling Kristy, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah,
Kristy.
of course. Thanks, guys.
Oh, man. Okay.
It was actually, yeah, very nice, very nice. It's given me a whole bunch of ideas for how to score, and I think we talked about some of those, and I think it has great scope for embellishment at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Did we want to go through the AWS process right now, or should I?
Yeah, sure. Are you logged into AWS?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so just go to S3. Well, click in, select services, and there must be under storage. Yeah, S3. All right, create a new S3 bucket.
Oh, okay. My bad. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Okay,
Just
Yeah.
Okay.
create a new S3 bucket. Create a new bucket. Yeah. Yeah. So click. Yeah, there you go. Here, let me show you a really cool. Open another tab, go to AWS, open another tab, go to AWS. Let's do that, Route 53 thing also at the same time. Because it's going to take 20 minutes for the thing to. Hey, Kristy, are you, so make a note, right? So you can do exactly the same thing and get your app also into a web page like this, right? And it's really cool because then we can actually look at the code instantly as soon as you update it. All right, so log in. So go to your dashboard.
Oh, geez. Okay.
All right, so go to Route 53. Go to Route 53. I think it's further down maybe. I think you just type Route 53 maybe.
Okay. Like
yeah,
this?
just type Route. Yeah. Choose a domain name. So yeah. Drop down.
Ooh.
See what the cheapest one is. Like do you have a $1 one somewhere? Maybe it's, I'm pretty sure I've seen a $1 one.
Bezos is raking it in.
He's taking over the world.
He is.
The thing is, think about it, right? Because before this, with GoDaddy, it was a real pain for me. I'm maintaining the domains, and there's no guarantee that the price won't change like drastically. All kinds of pain, right? And they make it so hard for me to take the domains away. So all my new ones I just create here, and everything is
306. Jeez. Okay.
Whoa.
All right. I think the cheapest I saw was $10.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
It's only $12.
Not even
Pretty.
.us. So find a .us thing, and I'm pretty sure.
$15.
It's only the popular ones, right? See, it's only the popular ones. So I think that if you search for a totally unconventional name, just dot blue maybe or something like that,
$15.
No, but that's the extension. But I'm saying put in a name here and check, you may get it for a very low price. Say, yeah, just type some random stuff there. And so let's see what happens. They're all over
10, they're like 10s, 11 something.
Can you type in your own extension, like instead of clicking on an option like how you clicked on .blue? Could you type in your own .whatever?
It's just like a search thing.
Oh, okay.
You can try Linda Wu. Maybe
I don't think so. Troubling if it exists.
With a hyphen or something. Yeah, try. Maybe.
No, it looks like they just have like a set of.
Just a search.
This is just like a set that we're searching.
Not in the thing. You're not in the domain name part. That could be that could be .us or .something, right? Or Linda.wu. I don't know. See, these are all really cheap, right? So, the .blue and .com. Lindy, did you search for Y?
No.
So it's giving you similar sounding ones.
I mean, it's 15 for a whole year. Weren't you talking about like per month? It'd be like a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Or were you talking about per
that's
year?
Like coffee, right? And
Yeah.
I think it's well worth experimenting with. I mean, if you can spare $15 and you just get a domain, if you get it now for 1 year, and then you just put your game behind that .com right now in an S3 bucket in the next 15 minutes.
What are the benefits of doing this versus like hosting it on GitHub?
Hosting it where?
Like on GitHub or hosting it yourself, like
Yeah,
while it's still in the
it's
trial phase. Like, what's the
the same.
benefits of doing it here?
It's the same. It's it's
Oh,
it's the
okay.
same as well. It's basically static hosting, right? In fact, GitHub is even, I think it's free. It's
Mhm.
with this you have to pay money, right?
Yeah.
But I think the way that Daniel described it is that you put it on GitHub and it's free, and the community will look after it, right? If you forget to pay for 15 months, it's not going to expire because it's just going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think GitHub is in that way better. I don't know why I was saying, yeah, honestly, I think now I believe that if you're using other Amazon services, maybe if you're using some of their, Docker containers or Sage or some machine learning app in the background, then it makes sense to keep everything in this universe, including your data. But you're right. You're totally right. If you have free access to data, actually, come to think about it, if you buy a Raspberry Pi, right? If you buy a Raspberry Pi, and how much does it cost? If you go on eBay, you can buy a Raspberry Pi for I don't know, like 25
Like the
bucks.
cheap ones are like pretty cheap, but I don't know. Like
25 bucks, right? So let's say 25 bucks. 25 bucks, and it's got like 2 gigabytes of the smart card, right? 2 gigabytes of hard disk, and a Linux system. A full-fledged Unix operating system running a web server with 2 gigabytes of hard disk, which is got a whole lot more juice. And I think it's got 2 gigabytes of RAM as well, right? So it actually has a whole lot more juice than the very first questing service that I ran. And then with Comcast, even with one of the regular $24 a month plans, domestic internet, we can get a dynamic DNS service, and even if it's an IP address that keeps changing from under the covers, you can get a DDNS to point to the right thing, and you can have a server running at home for zero cost, right? And it's all persisted onto the hard disk inside of that Raspberry Pi, and it's like $25, and it's in your box. It's in a little matchbox size container you can put in your pocket and take with you, right? So you can have your web server in your handbag, serving the whole world from your handbag, right? So who was that? William Blake, eternity in the palm of your hand, like that. Yeah, anyway, so what were we doing? So do you want to buy a domain name, or should we just go ahead and create your bucket?
I'm gonna go for now. Maybe I'll choose like a domain name.
All right, create a bucket for now. We'll,
Okay.
create a domain name later. Right? Create a bucket for now. Create it as I'll tell you the reason why. Right. So create it as what was the domain that we looked at before? It was lindawoo.com something. Right. What was it called? I wanted to buy it, but tell me what it was called.
.blue.
Oh, was it? Right. Give it the name of some domain name that you may potentially use in the future. Right.
Okay.
So give it the name of some domain name that you will potentially use in the future.
Is this editable? Like, can you change it, or is
No,
it
you
just
can't,
like?
but you have to just create a new bucket, right? You just clone a whole, you mark that and say copy that whole bucket over and rename it, or
Okay.
Yeah. Do all
Okay.
Okay. All right. Create a bucket. Open up all public access, because you're not going to put any sensitive information in it.
Right.
All right. No, forget about encryption. Just create the bucket. Create the bucket. Okay. All right. Now go into that bucket. Now here you want to upload all the files. So click the upload button, and pick up all of the files for your project and put them in there. It's exactly like, I think I haven't used GitHub the way that Daniel was describing, but I'm pretty sure that's just upload all of the files in here. I think it's drag and drop will work.
Yep. Okay. All right. I think that's it then.
Yeah, and next step. There must be a next step. No. Okay, that's fine.
No.
Upload success. Okay. All right, that's fine. So yeah, it's also succeeded. Now, go back to your bucket. Go back to your bucket name. Click on your bucket name. Yeah. All right. So click on that checkbox, which automatically selects everything. Right. Select everything. And now under management, is it permissions? make them all world readable, right? So what does it say?
Well, I think it's already.
Oh, it's already, so but those are
Yeah.
the bucket settings. Individual files in there are also world readable, right?
This. Well, let me see. I think it might be.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Everything inside the bucket is probably world readable now. That's great. We can find out. We can find out. All right. Now, so go click on the index.html file you have in there. Click on the index.html file.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So here, so further down. So yeah, object URL. So where's an object URL? All right. So that thing there. Click on that.
Mhm.
Click on that. Object URL below. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Right, that's your app, and it's being served from the cloud, from your S3 bucket, and it's all static, right? There's no computation. You're not paying for compute cycles at all, and the only thing you're paying for is the bytes that are flowing out of your bucket. And if you look for data transmission costs, I think it's I don't know, 50 cents per terabyte or something like that. Out of out of your bucket, and also you can set up intelligent tiering, so it makes sure that it's not. The frequently accessed items are stored in a different kind of billing. So you can do all that. Now this is being, so here, S3, you see that URL? That's the public URL. You can share it with anyone. And that leads to your app right there. You can play it right there. Now, the thing is, what we were trying to do was, when you get a domain name, let's say you get lindawood.blue. Yeah, suppose you went and actually bought that. All you have to do really is set up what is called a cloud front distribution, which is something similar to, what is it, Akamai, all of these content distributors, right? Like for Netflix, before Amazon, used to have its movies delivered from all these different sites around the world, right? Because, if you're in Japan, you get it from a local cache. Right, so it's content providers, not content providers. What's the name for them? This is the people who, the fringe, the edge, where they take the data and then farm it out, right? Rather than from one point, everybody just caches their own.
It's distributed, so it's faster to access, right?
CDN, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
CDN, yeah, exactly. Distributed. There's when you said distributed, everything clicked. It's called content distribution network.
Okay.
Right, and I think Akamai was one of those. There are many companies, right? Many companies, and which do that. So Amazon has its own CDN, its own, and I think it's called Cloud. I keep forgetting what the name is because they have so many cloud services now. I think it's called CloudFront. It's called CloudFront. So all you have to do is basically just go and set up a CloudFront distribution, right? So when you go and set up a CloudFront distribution, So when you
it is that.
Yeah, so you just create a cloud front distribution, and you say this cloud front is the source, the content for this cloud front comes from this S3 bucket. You can say the content comes from anywhere. It can even be automatically generated, right? It can be generated as a result of a machine learning job, or from an EC2 instance, or from the database. But you're going to say it's the simplest of all, right? It's the content for this the front is being generated by the contents of the bucket, which is statically stored, no computation required. So all you need to do is just connect this bucket to this CloudFront distribution. And then Amazon will say, give me 20 minutes. I'm going to take the contents of the bucket and then blast it out to my 2 million computers out there sitting at the edge of the Amazon network, everywhere, Japan, Iceland, everywhere, right? So then after 20 minutes, when you set up your CloudFront distribution, your content will be sprayed over the internet to the edges of all of the places. So someone in Finland now goes to that CloudFront distribution, lindawood.blue, will actually get it from some computer, which is, in the inside of some Finnish glacier, right? In 20 minutes. So, how cool is that? Right? It's fantastic, isn't it? And all of that can happen. You're just sitting here. So you can be sitting in your home and setting up a distribution, right? So, and then maybe, Kristy says, oh, now I want to, so now people are really starting to play my game. Now this would be a good time for me to introduce that other bucket. What was that, Kristy? On the right side, we had this green rectangle, the blue rectangle on the right side. a player.
The match history or?
Yeah, match history,
Okay.
history, right? So yeah, so maybe Kristy decides here would be a really cool time to play, a Halloween Easter egg or some Easter egg, right? So it's just here's your match history, and it rolls around like a globe or something like that. Some animation that you come up with, with maybe with Elizabeth's help, right? So you say, yeah, I'm going to do that, and no sooner, right? So. And she has the idea in the morning, and the logic, you're cheating really because it's already done now. It's in the background, but you put things together, and over a day, and you get it done, and in a matter of 15 minutes, sitting at your desk, you can have that logic tested out on your machine, in your local cloud, and then load it on to the edge of Amazon's or Google or Microsoft or whichever cloud you're on, right? So, it doesn't matter which, because regardless of which cloud you're on, every other network will also, because it's a public URL, right? It's a public facing URL, right? So if it's on Google, Bing is going to, everybody will know. If it's public, everybody will know, right? So you can have it out there, and in 20 minutes to an hour, and it's going to become even faster, with 5G and everything is going to be instantaneous. You just basically just sit down, you're just sitting down on a park bench and controlling the whole world. Yeah, so you can do that. All of that is going to be possible very soon.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Did we do that? So we got your content on S3. Do you want to take a break and come back, or you want to continue with your demo? I'm okay either way. I can just. And then we can also circle back again, because then we can do some mix and match with Kristy's thing, and and say how we can integrate some cool stuff.
Yeah. How is everybody else feeling about time? Like I'm good to stay for a bit longer if I wanted to go through it real fast.
I'm fine as well. So
cool.
I don't have a lot of time, so I might just randomly leave at some point. But
Sure,
if that happens, I really appreciated watching this.
Hey, Elizabeth, this is going to be recorded anyway, so don't worry.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. This is my app right now. I only have 4 players. I will definitely go see about how I can add in more players and make it flexible. Right now it's kind of hard coded in, but I actually think I know a way.
It looks like it's very nice. Those colors are very nice.
Thank you. I took some inspiration from Microsoft. I hope I don't get sued.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see that.
I'm sure. That must have been the product of like 15 years of research, right? Because this is something.
It's evolved so much over time. The logo, like from I don't know, like Microsoft from before I was born all the way up to like XP, which I'm most familiar with.
No, but they've used those colors. I think even in Windows 95, I think those colors, those were the 4 colors. 95. What was, I don't know, DOS, I don't remember. I'm certain Windows, it was a blue sky, and then the rectangle with the black rectangle, and then the 4 colors in there. So I think eBay used it and Google used it. So everybody used, so I think a lot of research must have gone into those colors. Hey, so click on the colors again.
Click on them?
Yeah. Click on them. Just click on the red.
Oh, it doesn't do anything to click on them.
So you also do drag and drop, like.
Yeah, I'm doing drag and drop.
I see. Just out of curiosity. How hard is it to do drag and drop as opposed to just click to select? Did you have to actually write 3 or 4 lines of code to get the drag and drop functionality?
Yeah, there's like a couple functions that I think you have to tie to the.
Oh, so you
property.
actually did have to write code.
It's not too bad. I kind of found an example online.
Okay, all right.
It's pretty easy to run with.
That's good. Yeah. I'm asking because Kristy did this too, and I was thinking, gee, maybe I should have said, rather than do the drag and drop, just clicking should be sufficient because we want the logic right. So so let's do that again. Reload. Reload the page. Yeah.
So like the bottom log kind of just logs how you did on that round, and then if I hit next round, then it'll give me a new set of randomization.
All right, so let's click get the yellow. What does wrong order mean?
Wrong order means like it's just like like if I do this and then this, like blue is better than yellow if I try yellow.
No. Hang on. I
Okay.
think what's going on is that Zoom is too slow.
Oh,
So yeah.
my bad.
Your audio is reaching me before the actions on screen.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so
Refresh the page and let's start from the
okay,
beginning.
all right,
Cool.
we can do that. So I'm doing a comparison with red and blue, and then if the comparison is right, it's gonna say that it's the right order. If it's wrong,
Oh, I see. It
Yeah.
automatically does it as soon as you drag the second person in.
yeah,
So-
that's why you're not seeing the
No,
thing.
that's fine. You know, I was still in Kristy mode because I was expecting that, you know, the face-off thing to be a button, like battle.
Uh-huh.
I think Kristy had a battle button.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking, oh, why is it? Well, something's happening here that I can't imagine because you know I was hoping.
Yeah.
I was thinking that you'd press it. Okay. So all right. So red and blue got swapped, did they?
No, so you have to like do the swap again if you like didn't put it in the right order.
Oh, it tells
So
you.
it's like this is wrong. So then I'll have to do it again, and once you put it right, then it puts it back in the right order.
Okay,
Switch the order
I
if
still have to understand this. Okay.
Okay,
all
yeah.
right, So pull the blue in. Pull the blue in.
Okay, so this is the right
blue.
order, so obviously, but it's also the same, so it won't change. Since I've already got the order right, if I try doing the wrong order, I'm not gonna.
Oh, you've got the order. No, I see. You mean you've got the whole order right, all four?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so we can. So it doesn't mean that we can't do the same thing again, right? So I can drag the blue into the box again, right? Can I? Not?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you can do
let's,
like.
Let's do that. Let's do the drag the blue in.
Okay. Well, okay. The blue's already there. Can you see it?
No, I can't. Oh, I think that's why Zoom is not. Now I see the now I see that you're dragging the green in.
Okay.
All right. So all right. Now what I see is geez, I think something changed. Damn it. I think it's Zoom. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like the Zoom, like the rate at which it feeds audio is like very slow.
Right. All right. Let's just do. In fact, let me tell you what I see, and then you can react to that rather than what you see on screen.
Okay.
All right. So drag the blue into the left box.
Okay.
All right. Now I see blue in the left box. Now, as soon as you drag the red into the right box, as soon as you drag and let go, the battle is going to take place, and it'll tell me whether the order is right or wrong. Yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. You're probably not going to see it.
All right. Oh, I see. Okay. So what happened now? And correct me if I'm wrong. So blue and red had a fight, and then blue won. So blue went back to the right position, and then red lost. So so no change. No, basically no change.
Yes.
All right. But I've lost a match. Right. So so total moves went from 6 to 7, I guess.
Yeah. The total moves thing always increments every single time you.
Right. So I got it went from 6 to 7, right? And I still haven't succeeded.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right. Now drag the yellow down to the first place.
Okay.
Let's see. Let yellow and green face off. All right. Oh, so they are in the right order too. Oh no, they're in the wrong order.
Right
Okay.
now.
So I see. So it says wrong order, but it's up to us to fix it.
Yeah.
I see. Whereas in Kristy's version, if the order is wrong, it will go back in the right order. Yes, Kristy, is that right?
I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that
No, when
question.
you had player 1, player 2, player 3, and then you had a fight between 2 and 4. And then 4 won. Then 4 goes to the left and 2 goes to the right in your game, right?
Not the draggable items. That's why I had the rankings, because I couldn't make that work.
Oh, both of you. All right. So I see. That's why for both of you. Okay. All right. I think it'll be easier on the eye for users.
I was thinking that too. I need to go back and give it another try. I just kept getting weird errors.
I can help
but
you.
I think it's possible.
It's possible, right? If you get stuck,
Yeah.
I can help you with the JS if you want. It should be possible. But I think what would be nice is cognitively for me as a user, for the colors I see on top in Linda's game, for example, is always the ranking in my head, right? So if two people lose, if this person loses, then they switch when they go back. So they enter the battleground and then do the battle, and they go back in the right order.
Okay.
And then you can compare with the oracle, the golden order each time they go back, and then as soon as they match the oracle order, you could say they're done.
Okay, sounds good. Also, I have a question for Linda. How did you get the order that you want to get?
Oh, so I have a function in my JavaScript that every single time after I've dropped 2 items in here, it checks the order, and the only time it switches the order is if 1, the order is different from what it is currently, and then 2, if it's right. And it goes into the HTML, and then it has to, modify. I think I'm using append to edit the div elements in this part.
Okay.
I can, yeah.
How did you get the desired order?
Oh, how do I? Oh, how do I get the desired order?
Like the end game. Like if you achieve this, then you win.
Like, how do I tell if the order is correct?
Yes, but what do you compare the current order to, if that makes sense? Like at some point you.
Oh, I have to just do seed the random order and.
Okay.
Right. I have that in. Give me a moment and check. Whoops. Oh no. Oh, okay. Sorry. Give me a moment to relaunch my.
No worries. Yeah. In fact, if you guys want to continue on, I think that's fine too with me. If you want me to come back on a different Zoom call, not that I want to go, but if you guys want to continue on, I'm happy to take off.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. Either way, it's not like a huge deal right now. I was just kind of curious. Yeah, not like a big thing at all.
Okay, so I do have a script that runs in HTML. So how you can directly embed JavaScript code in HTML.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Call me. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna be here, but just call me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I just have. Okay. Maybe you can't see this. Let me share this too. A moment. You sure? Okay, so this is my script that is inside my HTML, so it does actually run once the web page is loaded. So I'm using a function to assign the order, and basically I just have 2 arrays to keep track of what the order should be, and then what the randomized order is, and the randomized order ends up getting updated to reflect what the user is doing, right?
Okay.
You're asking because you don't want to have to click start game or whatever your button is called, right?
I think I'm doing a really poor job of asking my question.
Okay, my bad.
So completely on me. But no, how he was saying how you get your golden array.
Oh yeah.
So I was just wondering how you did that with the color blocks, how you picked your target order.
Okay. That is going to be.
Did you use a random vector?
Okay, so this function? It's this function, but yeah, it's a little bit nuanced from just generating random numbers, because obviously you have the potential of generating the same number. So
okay.
This is what I'm using. If you want this code snippet, it's in the files I've sent, but I can also send it in an email if you want to.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk about it later. Are you sharing the screen now of your code?
My bad. Okay. I paused sharing. My bad. Okay, here we go.
Oh, no worries. I was just wondering if I was supposed to see it or not. I was bugging out.
Okay.
Okay.
So can you see it now?
Yeah, so you use a math.random. Okay, I think that's what I used to.
Yeah, there's I looked it up online. There's a nuance to it to make sure that you're not generating the same random number multiple times.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely need to put that in my code, because that messed me up. All right, well, cool. Thank you for showing me.
Yeah, I can send the code snippet in an email if you want, or if you want to go just look into it yourself.
I think I'm okay. I think I'll just check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's relatively straightforward with what you're showing me right now, so I think I can remember it.
Okay.
but I'll let you know if I mess it up.
Okay. Okay. Anand, are you still there? Like maybe we can just wrap up. I don't know if there's a whole lot more to this.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to wrap up too. I feel like I just want to fix some more stuff and then maybe do another Zoom meeting in like a week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. Thanks. I'm back. Great. So Kristy, did you get your questions answered, or was it Linda?
Absolutely. Yes.
Fantastic. You know what? I think you can even organize a Slack. I don't know. I don't have much experience with this, but do you know Andy? Andy was your classmate. I don't know. Is Kristy's classmate? Andy Huang, I think. He had great success in organizing the Slack channels.
Okay.
For discussions like this. So you can just get together on using your Slack app on your phone.
Okay.
Because Zoom is. I haven't had success with the free version of Zoom. This is working only because of the Foothill thing. I'm logged into Foothill Zoom, and it lets me do these fancy things like many Zoom features that I'm taking for granted may not be available if you just do Zoom on your own.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think this is great. But once you have the basic thing going, you can start putting more and more bells and whistles into it. Who knows? Maybe it won't even be a game when you're done with it, right? Maybe it'll be an e-commerce site, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But it's a place to start playing. It's a place to start playing, because now you don't have to be. You don't even have to have venture money to launch a Pinterest, right? In those days, you had to go and give away like 50% of your company to start a company, right? Now you can just do it. If you have some free
Find
time,
a rich donor.
yeah, but you just have free time. You just sit down and do it, and when you're in Starbucks or when you're having coffee. So that's fantastic. So yeah, hopefully. This might be a great thing you guys get up and going. I'll be happy to help you any place where you start, where I can.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Yeah, I don't
right.
have any questions left. I don't know if Linda does, but.
Well, I mean, if you do, you can always email me, or we're happy to do another Zoom session anytime. Like I said, only
Absolutely.
only my 2A class times are immovable right now. Everything else I can basically just shuffle. And
Sounds good.
awesome. All right, great. Happy week 3. It's week 3. Oh my gosh, I gotta. Oh, by the way, I think I also found a cool way to still award the $100 prize to the best time on quest number 3. But I think so. Instead of giving the prize to the best, the shortest time for the sparse matrix multiplication, I could give it to the best ratio of your time versus the reference time. I think that's a good normalization, because they're both of them are running on the same array. So I think so that would be a good scoring thing. So I'd still be able to give the $100 prize to the best to the best thing. So maybe tomorrow. I'll announce it tomorrow. Maybe. I haven't thought about it yet, but I think that should be possible. All right. Anyway, good night, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
No worries. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.